If you rely on organic search, you have probably felt the ground shifting. AI answer engines like ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude, and Google AI Overviews now deliver direct conversational responses. That means fewer blue links, fewer clicks, and different rules for winning visibility. Your site can keep solid rankings, yet your brand might still be invisible where decisions are actually being made. That is the problem Searchable was built to solve. In this review, I will explain what Searchable is, how it works, who it serves best, what to expect from pricing, and how it compares to alternatives. You will leave with a clear picture of whether this AEO platform belongs in your stack and how to put it to work. First, the context. Traditional SEO instruments track keyword rankings, impressions, and clicks. They do not consistently capture what AI engines say about your brand, because many sessions end with a direct answer. These zero-click interactions are where recommendations and summaries happen. If your brand is not present in those summaries, the user may never find you, and you will never see that absence in analytics. Answer engine optimization is the discipline of measuring and improving that presence inside AI-generated responses. Searchable is a UK-based platform, launched in late 2025 by Donnelly, Arya Nagabhyru, and Sam Hogan, dedicated to this new reality. So what does Searchable actually do? At its core, it tracks how often and how prominently your brand appears within AI answers across leading systems. Teams define a list of questions and topics that matter to their business, choose the models and markets to monitor, and include a competitor set. Searchable then queries those models and records if your brand is mentioned, whether it is linked or cited, and how often competitors show up instead. The output is a visibility picture. Your share of presence changes over time, and the exact answers that users might be seeing. There are several metrics that matter here. Presence rate answers the question, do we show up at all for this query list? Prominence indicates how central the brand is within the answer, for example, whether it is included in a shortlist or a feature summary. Citation rate notes whether there is a link or reference to your site or content. Model coverage tracks visibility across ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, and Google AI Overviews, because each engine has different behavior and sources. Volatility trends show how fast answers change, which is vital when models update or when news shifts the narrative. Competitor share lets you see who is dominating the conversation you care about. Searchable organizes queries by intent and funnel stage, so you can separate branded from non-branded opportunities. For a B2B SaaS, that might include solution definitions, comparison queries, and integration questions. For e-commerce, it could be category guides, top product lists, and buying advice. Grouping by intent reveals where to focus content and PR efforts to influence AI answers. How do teams turn these insights into action? Start by documenting the fact baseline. Which models mention your brand today? For which questions? In what context? Then choose a small set of high-value gaps. If a competitor is consistently recommended for a priority non-branded query, review the model visible facts they are surfacing. Do they have clearer product specs, stronger reviews, better third-party citations, or more comprehensive how-to guides? Improve those assets for your own brand. Update structured data, FAQs, and product documentation. Secure expert references and publisher coverage that models can ingest. Monitor weekly to see whether the changes begin to alter how engines respond. Teams also use Searchable for brand safety and accuracy checks. If an answer misstates your pricing model, security posture, or compatibility, you want to know quickly. While you cannot force a correction inside every model, you can supply authoritative content on your site, in documentation repositories, and in third-party references that LLMs are likely to trust. Over time, improved source material can lead to more accurate summaries. On pricing, expect tiering by scale. Common levers include the number of tracked queries, number of models and regions monitored, refresh frequency, historical retention, and the number of users. Business and enterprise tiers are typical, and large brands or agencies often have custom plans. Before you buy, confirm how many prompts you can run per month, whether you can schedule daily or weekly checks, and how exports work. Make sure the plan matches your reporting cadence and the number of markets you target. Who is the best fit? Searchable is most valuable for organizations where AI answers influence discovery and consideration. E-commerce brands that live and die by category roundups and buying guides. B2B software vendors where complex solution queries shape shortlists. Publishers who care about citation and source presence. agencies that need multi-brand reporting and competitive benchmarking at scale. If your leadership is asking about AI overviews and LLM visibility, you are the target audience. What about alternatives? Traditional SEO suites such as SEMrush, Ahrefs, BrightEdge, and SEO Clarity remain essential for keyword research, technical health, and SERP insights. Some offer early AI overviews monitoring. However, they are primarily oriented to web search and ranking analytics. Searchable is focused on the cross-model AEO problem and the reporting constructs specific to answer engines. Many teams end up with a both-and approach, using their SEO suite for site and SERP work, and using Searchable for AI answer measurement and strategy. Implementation is straightforward. Define the questions that connect to revenue, not just what you rank for today. Include both branded and non-branded intents. Add your direct competitors and reasonable substitutes that users mention in conversations. Choose the models and geographies that map to your market. Schedule monitoring at a cadence that fits your content release rhythm. Use exports or an API to connect the data to BI dashboards if you need cross-channel reporting. Set alerts for high-value queries so drops in presence are surfaced quickly. There are limitations to understand. AI models are probabilistic and can vary by session, model update, and context. That is why repeated measurement matters, and why trend lines are often more useful than any single snapshot. Not every answer engine will provide clear citation or linking, so a lack of a link does not always mean lack of influence. In addition, some regions and languages may have different coverage or volatility. Ask the vendor which locales are best supported for your use case. A practical buyer checklist looks like this. 1. Confirm model coverage and refresh frequency. 2. Validate how presence and prominence are measured and reported. 3. Check competitor and segment filtering. 4. Review exporting, API options, and access controls. 5. Align pricing with the number of queries, markets, and users you need. 6. Run a trial on a narrow but high-impact question set to verify value within 2 to 4 weeks. In summary, Searchable brings structure to an increasingly important blind spot. By tracking your brand across ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, and Google AI overviews, it shows where you win, where you are absent, and how fast the landscape moves. If AI answers are already shaping your demand, the question is not whether to measure them, but how reliably and how often. For many teams, that makes an AEO-focused platform like Searchable a timely addition to the marketing and analytics stack. If this sounds like the visibility you need, shortlist Searchable, scope a test with your highest value questions, and benchmark against your current SEO and analytics tools. The data will tell you quickly whether AEO performance is a hidden lever for growth in the year ahead.